The Common Ground World competition happening on November 26, 2024 will feature the pumpkin pie meta. The craft requirements for pumpkin pie are 6 pumpkin, 5 sugar, and 10 eggs. It is crafted in the cakery with the craft time of 180 seconds and stored in the storehouse. For this competition, pumpkin pie will give 100,000 stars for each one sold. The trade time for this competition is 60 seconds with 1 gasoline cost per trade. The starting layout provided for this competition is a forest biome facing south with 2 rivers, one on the north side and the other one on the east side, and 1 ocean on the west side. You start with a couple of pumpkin patches, but they do not have full passive water. It would be better to build the pumpkin patches on the northeast corner with the 2 rivers nearby for the most passive water. The cash boost for this competition is pumpkin from 1,000 to 3,000. The rewards for this competition are the standard Gala rewards for reaching the top 1,200 placements in the leaderboard by the time the competition ends. Rewards are usually distributed directly to your account within 5 days. For this build showcase, I'll be revisiting a design that I created last year for the upgraded pumpkin pie build showcase. That one was doing 76 pumpkin pies per hour. I have done one small adjustment on this one to bring it up to 79 pumpkin pies per hour, as you can see, but it should still make at the very least 76 pumpkin pies per hour. Sometimes the sugar rate is weird or the way the cakeries pick items up, but anyways, it's still a very good design for this upcoming competition. The reason I'm using pretty much the same design from last year is because the meta details are exactly the same as the competition we had a year ago. So I am going to show you the production monitor, how everything is doing. Eggs are at 877 per hour. Each pumpkin pie requires 10 eggs, so it is overproducing eggs. Sugar is at 406 per hour. That would be enough sugar to potentially make 81 pumpkin pie per hour. However, the pumpkin rate is at 475, and that is pretty much what is limiting it from making more than the 79 pumpkins per hour that it is making here. This is a simple design, and now I'm going to go over the craft requirements, starting with sugar production. I have 7 logger houses in charge of collecting wood. From the 17 tree farms, only 2 of these tree farms are on a yellow craft timer since they have 1 shade from a nearby windmill. I have 7 tractors in charge of picking up sugarcane and pumpkins. Starting with sugarcane, I have 10 sugarcane fields, and these 2 are on a yellow craft timer from the nearby silo and windmill right here. I have 2 silos, one right here and another one right here. This one should pretty much only be collecting sugarcane. The other one will store sugarcane and pumpkins. And I have 10 windmills making sugar, all of which are on a green craft timer, which allows them to produce sugar more efficiently. And I have 2 storehouses for storing all of the goods required for pumpkin pie. For egg production, I have 4 ATVs in charge of collecting the eggs from the chicken coops. There are a total of 14 chicken coops in this design, and there are a total of 51 meadows all over the place. They are especially useful to have next to the windmills since of course they don't cast any shade. And really the last thing I have to explain is the pumpkin pies. So I have 21 pumpkin patches. They all have the 10 passive water that they need from the 2 rivers adjacent to each other, as well as the several ponds here. And I have 9 cakeries in charge of making the pumpkin pie. This is the additional cakery that was added on this design. Everything else that you see here is exactly the same as last year from the upgraded pumpkin pie build showcase. The only thing I added was this cakery, which I believe did increase the rate from 76 per hour to 79 per hour. I have the standard gasoline setup with 2 water pumps, 2 power plants, the refinery in between them crafting gasoline, and the refinery to the side crafting petroleum. I have a forklift in charge of picking up crude oil from the 6 oil pumps. They are closer to the windmill since the oil pumps do not cast shade, but they do cast dirty, so you can't have them close to the crops, and the crude oil gets stored in the one fuel storage that I have right here, along with the petroleum and the gasoline. So there are still some optional buildings in this design. You have the lumber mill, which you use to craft lumber. You can store lumber at the lumber yard, and I have one warehouse where you could store energy. You don't actually need these buildings in the end. You could replace them for other things. If you do decide to keep the lumber yard, I suggest you jam it with lumber. You do not want to store wood here, or else it will reduce the efficiency of your windmill's crafting sugar and probably your egg rate, since the ATVs will want to go and pick up wood over here and take it to the chicken coops, where it's more efficient to just have the loggers take the wood to the chicken coops. And this builder house right here is also an optional building. For the trade setup, I just have the one trade depot right here. You could also have a trade pier since it's next to the ocean. Either one will work just fine. Here's what the auto sell looks like. It's just a couple of items. Of course, pumpkin pie is at a sell quantity of 10. The other items are at a sell quantity of 15. That way there's always something in the silo or storehouse for the workers to pick up. Here's what the build looks like on the visualizer. Total cost is about 13.8 million. That doesn't include the cost of clearing all the tree farms from the forest. So you're probably going to want at the very least 16 million in order to finish everything. Wages are at 18,290 per minute. You will have no issue paying the wages once you are done and selling pumpkin pies. You can find the file for this visualizer on my Discord server, and the invite link to the Discord is in the description. And just like last year, this one is no NFTs required, and it's still pretty easy to build in my opinion compared to a lot of other designs. It's not that expensive. The cash boost is not that good. I would not recommend selling only pumpkins to get the cash that you need. I would still go ahead and do a gold rush. That way you can get the cash that you need quickly. Your entire town does not need to be a gold rush setup, although I suppose that would still be quicker. But really you could just set up maybe half the town to sell gold and then start building stuff up, and you should be done rather quickly since it's not expensive and there's not a whole lot of buildings involved. But that's all there is to it. It's an easy design, and I hope you will find this helpful or informative for the next competition. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, leave a comment, consider subscribing if you haven't done so. If you want to help support the channel, you can find links in the description on how to do so, and as always, I appreciate your support and thank you for watching.